Usually I think we get, based on doing a practice of compassion, we forget yourself. And that forgetting yourself may becomes some of the obstacles. So to make it more effective, I think this concept of self-compassion, I think this is really good in today's karmic circumstances where we are. So effectiveness is a kind of like a healthy way to grow loving kindness. It's starting with the loving kindness towards yourself, and through that you kind of grow. So that will be effective in terms over here. It have a much more strength. So I think this concept of although also Shantideva's in his writing Bodhisattva Way of Life, this why should meditate in compassion? I have my own suffering so much. Why I think about other people's suffering? Basically, sometimes I can say compassion burned out. So here I think that's basically burnout happens not because the compassion practice itself, because on the way you forget yourself. And that means you really, once you're forgetting yourself, you lose the skillful means. You lose the monitorings, the thermometer of the compassion. You lose that. So, and really it doesn't become effective. It is it can be very, basically, it is time to time very strong. It's very fluctuating. It's not consistent. It's just kind of very strong and then suddenly dropping down tremendously, and that kind of chaos. So based on self-compassion, and that really balances the compassion towards the other living being. So there is this kind of integration of a kind of a skillful means over here is kind of wisdom flavor, compassion with the wisdom, which the wisdom arises through self-compassion, and that wisdom also applies to compassion for another living being, and that will be the most effective. And the one traditionally we say effectiveness of a compassion practice is, once you study compassion practice, is based on the equanimity practice. You have that ground well established practice of equanimity. Once you establish that practice of equanimity well grounded, then I think compassion practice can be very effective. So there's like many different instructions of how to kind of like balance that foundation of a compassion, emotional balance. Not only just balance, but kind of like a emotional harmonious within the practice, within this kind of, I think that kind of a harmonious basically there's a karma involves. There's individual karma involves. There's a collective karma involves. There's a bigger picture, Buddha nature involves. So therefore, equanimity can be expand a very bigger picture. Equanimity can become into very simple as, we all are in the same boat. There's somehow, you bring yourself part of the compassion practice for another living being. You're fully there. It's not so much duality. I'm here the giver, they're the receiver. Very dualistic. That can be not too effective, I think. So equanimity, really trying to close that gap and bringing into the same ground. And that would be another way to look at it, if very effective.